My name is Jessica Peterson. I am a certified family law specialist and I am the managing attorney here at JWB Family Law in San Diego. Welcome to Tuesday's Tips. Today I want to talk to you about what the court looks at, what's important to the court when we have a parent who is asking to relocate with the child or the children as part of a custody case or part of a dissolution. A relocation case does not require parents to be moving out of state. We live in a very large state, and so a relocation can be as simple as or as close as moving from San Diego to Orange County. The amount of traffic to get between San Diego and Orange County is going to facilitate a visitation schedule that's not the same as if parties were living in the same town. And so these relocation cases are definitely more highly litigated, I think, than other kinds of cases, just because there's no way to avoid the impact on the relationship between the children and the parent that is moving out of the county. And so these cases are really important. The court looks at a lot of factors in determining whether it's appropriate for a child to relocate out of the county. And it's really important to understand that when we have a parent who is asking to relocate, the court is going to make orders as though that parent would relocate with or without the child. And so, you know, sometimes I get clients in my office and they are talking to me about a move away case. They're talking to me about relocating and they're saying, well, I would never move without my child or without my kids. And I completely understand and I acknowledge that, but the courts are not going to make orders that way. They're going to make orders as though the move is happening regardless of where the children are going to primarily reside. So when we're talking about those move away cases, there is a lot of factors that the court looks at. The court looks at the distance of the move. The court looks at how involved the children are in their communities and what they're doing in terms of extracurriculars. The court looks at what they're doing in school. Do they have an IEP? Are they extra involved at school? Those are all going to be important factors, as well as what kind of support system exists in both locations. Is there grandparent support, aunt support, cousins? What do those relationships look like in each location? They're going to look at the bonds that the children or the child has with each of the parents. They're going to consider whether there are siblings moving. And they're also, this one is really important and I think sometimes overlooked, they're going to look at which parent is more likely to facilitate a co-parenting relationship from a farther distance away. And this is very, very important for parties. If there is a history of one party not responding or not sharing information, that's going to really come into play in a move away case. But at the end of the day, the court is ultimately going to assess and make an order based on what is in the children's best interest. That is the guiding beacon for custody and visitation orders. And so the court will walk through lots of factors. They will give lots of findings in move away cases. But at the end of the day, what they're really looking at is what is going to be in the children's best interest. If you are thinking about relocating, if your co-parent has told you they are moving out of the county or out of state and you have questions and you want to know what that looks like or how that's going to work, please contact our offices, set a consultation. We are ready and happy to help you. Thank you.